If your side piece proposes,
okay, but
this
I have
situationship has
questions.
been
But
discouraged.
I have.
Sorry, this has to end.
I have questions. Wait.
aren't there like rules
Am
and
I
regulations
married
for side
and this is a side piece, or I just am in a relationship and this is a side piece? Because there's levels.
So the person that sent it in is just in a relationship.
Okay, so I'm in a long-term relationship, and my side piece decided he wanted to propose to me.
Yes. Or she, for those
Has
who went
okay,
the other
so
way.
has my side piece been in a long side piece relationship with me too?
See, now they didn't give me all of that.
Till my baby's born, because I need to know some of
clearly
this
he's not gonna propose
information.
to you after 2 days.
Right.
So let's say
Nah,
yes.
maybe he felt that pressure of the
All right,
main
let's say
man
yes.
and was like,
let's say
boom.
yes. Let's say yes.
Because I know what's up, and he been here for 6 years, and I know what's up, and he was showing out.
So then what you gonna do if that's the situation?
I'm gonna accept the proposal.
Yo.
Now, we're not married. It's a proposal. We gonna see how this rocks. We gonna see if you hold up to everything that you're presenting to me right now, or if you're gonna pull a safari.
She said it's a promise ring.
Or pretty much. For me, it's gonna be. I mean, for him, it's an engagement ring. I get that. But for me, in my head, it's a trial, a 3-month trial. It's a subscription. It's a 6-month subscription. I'm trying to keep game because now you went from number 2. So you did what I did. You went from co-host to co-host. Now you right up there. So I gotta see how you gonna act because Safari did all this glamour with freaking Erica Mena, and then as soon as he got her and knocked her up, he treated her like shit. So I need to see where you gonna turn into a wolf. I need to know. Because now you're gonna have all of me and how you gonna really act. Like, you know? Because if my man's here and he ain't did this in like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years, but he shorty walk come up and he see the diamond and know what's up, I mean, I'm gonna get out a little chancey chance. Because apparently homeboy been here. My guess is if I need to swing the block, I know what I got between the guap. So you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna bend the block and come back if I need to. That's just my view.
In the yalla.
That's just my view.
In the yalla.
Until my baby's born. Till my baby's born. I have no kids by the way, but you know. Till my baby's born.
Professional whole shit.
That's what it sounds like?
Like.
No, it doesn't. It sounds like someone
Professional whole shit.
I know how to spin the block and come back and not be caught. You did
I didn't say caught. What?
You did it, but you referenced. It was leaning towards that. It's okay.
Anyway,
but what was you gonna say?
Yes. Mention
Right.
looked like she had a lot
And
to say
how?
to that.
Yeah, because she was like,
Where was money coming in?
So,
Because that's supposed to get paid, right? Oh. I was just wondering.
So-
Okay, go ahead, Nadju.
so here's the thing. To respond to the question, it depends on the relationship.
Which who?
With the side piece,
Ooh,
right?
okay.
Because I'm thinking you got a side piece, so there's already something going on, right? With your mate.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Why
That's
you
what
even
about
got
the
the side
side piece.
Right?
Why you even got the side?
Because
Right.
there's so many. We are in a time of so many dynamics, right?
Mhm, mhm.
And if it was all good with your main, it would be okay to have a friend if that's what you desired. But that's not what it is, right? This is a side piece.
Mhm.
Side piece is
The
typically
secret.
a secret.
Yep, the
so there's
secret.
already something going on, a little bit of disconnect going on.
Okay.
What is the relationship with the side piece? Is the relationship with the side? Does the relationship with the side piece have any type of potential?
Right. See,
To
now
be-
I'm assuming because you ain't gonna be my side if you ain't got potential. That's just
Well,
me.
not like potential
But
to
you're
be
right.
more than.
You're right.
Or to meet the requirements that you need, right?
Did that person give you any of that information?
They did not.
Okay. So we're gonna
I don't have
assume that they
any-
did. We're gonna assume that they do. Let's just assume that they're stand up just like the other person.
If that's the case, then yes, I'm gonna take the proposal. Yes, I'm gonna take the proposal, especially if I'm just dating my main person.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, I'm gonna take the proposal, and maybe it's a 3-year proposal, maybe it's a 4-year proposal, but it's your step forward. Our dynamic with the potential to be great lets me know that we can make this more serious. And then, we go through that real dating phase as
As engaged,
couple,
yep,
as
exactly.
an engaged couple,
You're ready for it. Let's do it.
right?
Because they
Absolutely.
would obviously understand that it's a different phase. It's not, like, all right. So let's just assume that the side piece was just a fuck buddy. Now, what's your answer?
The side piece is just a fuck
But
buddy.
a good fuck buddy. He fucked better than your main.
He fucked better than
Way
my
better
man.
than your main.
However, there's
Way
no
better than your
potential
main.
for
Yes.
real
It's
life.
just
It's just
it would have to,
great
you would have to draw it out of him. Like the potential's barely there. Barely.
unexistent.
Barely.
Like he's not even consistent
Yep.
with the link
Yep.
ups.
Yep.
Like
But
he
oh,
might-
when he lay it down,
but when he do
you
show
be
up,
in.
it'd be like I'm still gonna pay
Yes.
$150 for this hotel
I'ma stick
room,
beside him.
even though
I'ma
he
stick
ain't
beside
answered my
him.
last
It's
3
gonna be
calls.
till my baby's bored.
All right.
Okay, so what you
But-
gonna do then?
All right.
But your main is that dude.
Yeah, nah, I'm not gonna take the proposal.
That's what's up.
I'm not
Same.
gonna take the proposal. Sex
Same.
is great,
Mhm.
and just like you know what you got, I know what I got, so I'm
Right.
gonna deny the proposal, and then I'm gonna use what I got to continue to get what I
I'm gonna help
want.
us grow in that area.
Yeah, and no, I'm saying with the side piece, I'm gonna use what I got to continue to get what I
Oh.
want until my baby's born.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you're just gonna keep the situation the way it is and say, let's just keep it the way it is,
I'ma
baby.
use
But
what
what
I
if he
got.
says, baby, I need this full time. I don't want it part time anymore.
What if he gets psycho?
Yeah, like what if he just decided that,
he's
I
like,
need
you know
that
what?
full time. Now I understand
I'm
that
not
you
taking
don't
no
think
for an
I got
answer.
potential, but I do. And so I need that full time. Here's my ring. What you gonna do? Like what if he really came at you
Did
hard
y'all watch
body?
that movie? Would that happen?
What movie?
I can't remember it, but it was
I'm
mad
trying
low
to think.
budget.
Who was
Anyway,
in it?
some superstar people.
Wow,
Girl.
okay, so the
That was
person
in the
who
house.
knows she don't know nothing. If you don't come back in here so you can laugh at this because I don't understand why she just did that reference at all.
You know the movie.
You
With
know
the famous people in it.
people, and they're black. It's that black lady, and she got short hair, and her ex or something.
Erica
It's
Mena?
like ashtray, bitch. That movie.
Oh, that one? Which one are you talking about?
And
Or the
he,
one
like,
where she
popped
throws the
up
guy
on
in the
the side of her
wheelchair
car.
and the
He
like,
popped up
what?
on the side of her car, and she was like, "You're not supposed to be here. I want to work this out with my husband."
Oh no.
Girl, anyway, go ahead.
She done brought some African
That
movie
sounds like
up.
a Tyler Perry movie.
You know what I'm saying?
Maybe
Like, I
that
don't
was
know
one of my
what
old
that
movies
was.
in
That
my
sounds
head.
like a Tyler Perry
Yeah, it
movie.
was so.
I didn't make it up. I
You
saw
know
it
what?
for real. I
You
really saw
can't
it.
stand this nigga, but he
I
makes
saw
some
it.
good
You don't
movies.
even know
though,
who's
like-
in it.
That was on BET.
Watch, I'm gonna find it and send it to y'all.
Please do.
It's a BET
Because
Tyler
I
Perry
don't believe
It's
it.
probably
Let's
old
just
as
put that
shit,
on
you
your
don't even
record.
know watch TV.
Yeah, I don't. It's mad
Oh
old.
my God, Michael Easy. Is that Michael Easy?
No,
It's mad. Oh, don't try to help her. She
it's
don't know what
really
she's
nice,
talking about.
beautiful black people that are in
She's
it.
lying.
No, that
I
sounds like
just
Africa.
don't
Yes, we're
remember.
beautiful and black, but you don't know. It was an African movie.
It
It's
wasn't.
okay.
It
It's
wasn't.
okay.
They're
It's
black
okay.
American.
It's okay.
people.
It's an African movie. It's okay.
They're black American.
It's okay.
black
It's alright.
American.
It was an African movie. It's okay.
Yeah.
So you're taking the proposal if he's
if he has
legit,
pretend,
but if he
Mhm.
just has sweet,
if it's just good sex,
It's
then
just
I'm not
sweet
taking the
eggplants,
proposal.
then no.
No.
So no for the
Alright.
sweet eggplant. Potential yes.
Absolutely. Makes
Same.
sense.
Same.
All right
Yeah.
then.
Same.
So I hope I helped you out, sis.
I hope
sir.
that gave you
Well,
the
sir.
answer that you needed. I say go for it.
I say go for it.
If they
too.
actually have their shit together, go for it. If they
And
don't,
that's what you want?
then
Because when in doubt, you shouldn't be where you are.
Right. And
No,
but I
that's
have to say, weigh out your consequences. Weigh out your consequences because more than likely, if this doesn't work, you're not gonna get your main back, and then you're going to have no what. And
At
if you're
all,
okay
but
with that,
not my main. I don't get my main back. I'm just saying.
You got that
That
skill?
wouldn't be a.
that hurts.
They
You think
all
it'll ever
come
be the
back.
same,
They
though?
all come back.
That hurts.
Now that's always a question of if it is the same. Have I given it a chance when they spun the block? Only twice, but the age times was not consistent enough for me to be like, oh, it does work, or if it doesn't, because it was like high school and not high school, way different people. But I don't know. That's a very good question. There are some people who get back together and it works. I feel like most of the time it doesn't though.
That's a lot of work.
But I know so many people that go back to the same people. When things don't work, they go back to that same person. When something
Because
don't
they're
work, they go back to
comfortable.
that same person.
It's
So
comfort.
to think that you can't spin the block, especially nowadays where rent is mad high and gas is mad high and things of that nature, to think you can't be like, yo, shorty,
Because it's cheaper
you know what
to
I'm
keep
saying?
up. Literally.
They gonna be like, yeah, I need help with them bills
But no,
again.
so
You
here's
know
my
what I'm
thing
saying?
though. It might be cheaper to
You know
keep it,
what
but
I'm
is it
saying?
really worth your peace?
No, not to me.
Me
I'm a
neither.
strong bitch. I will grind to keep my peace before I sit there and be in a situation and have to look at a nigga every day. Talk about, till my baby's born. No, get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. Here's your baby too. Here's your baby too. Because I didn't have it. Yo, till my baby's born. Yo, he would have to go. Him, Omarion, Bobby Valentino with his short ass. He was like 5'2". Jeremiah would have to go.
Wait, I'm taller
Tank
than him?
would have to go.
Ooh, I'm taller than a man? That is
There's so many of them that would have to
You
go.
taller than Kevin Hart.
It's your
Really?
Kevin Hart's my height.
It's your fault.
What's your height?
Wait, how is it our fault?
4'11"?
Come on, no. Harvey, how is it our fault?
What's my fault?
What's happening?
That's all these artists
Yo,
gonna say.
you got Omarion out here thinking he could come out and eat some watermelon
Disgusted
and impress y'all.
with them
'Cause
damn
y'all
white
ain't let these
glasses.
niggas- Y'all never let these niggas.
That's
involve.
why Steph said she don't take white
these little-
glasses serious
What
no
they
more.
BTS, B2K, whatever.
B2K, yes.
These little
Who would it fail me out?
Asian. These niggas been singing to preteens
But they're not
since
even-
1992.
they're not
He
even-
was part of B2K.
What are they?
Yes.
Omarion was part of BTK.
See, I didn't even know this was like.
Look at
50
you.
years
So
ago.
how is it my fault?
It's your fault. I don't even know.
Look, Mario was in the cut. Y'all wasn't even paying attention to him. He was like, "Cool, I'm gonna."
I'm always picking the wrong one. I know my problem.
Mario's like,
I know my problem.
y'all think I'm
I know
corny?
my problem.
Y'all
Don't
think
point
I'm
it out to
corny?
me.
I'm gonna grow my beard. I'm gonna sing to the old cougars, and I'm gonna come out. I'm gonna look fresh and mature, and y'all gonna love me. And Omarion's gonna come out here like I'm gonna wear my little silk shirt and my dreads, and me and my brother are gonna
Oh,
eat
baby,
watermelon
I-
together. That shit's nasty.
Thank you.
First of all, I don't think it's my fault. They don't got no family.
You still didn't explain how it was our fault.
They don't have no good friends.
They don't got no good friends. They
Y'all
don't
hype
got
them up. Y'all
managers.
hype them up.
That's what he's trying to
Get
say.
your little
They
dick
should
pic on the
They
Instagram.
should still have
Show
good
little-
friends and family to say,
Oh.
don't do that.
Oh.
Baby, what
Oh.
you doing?
Oh.
They should still have that.
Because they put that in
Mario
the group
though?
text.
Mario.
Somebody
though.
in the group text should have said no.
Definitely.
Somebody-
There's always that one
Mario
person that holds
looked
everyone accountable.
so
Always.
good.
Did he?
I thought he looked.
He aged well.
He still looked like Mario.
Oh, so
It just really didn't make any sense. I gotta find it on YouTube and send it to you guys so you guys can
He's
see
not
the
doing
difference.
drugs and drinking and like partying
Yeah,
all the time.
Avi.
Like all the other ones.
Now,
on
here's
stage.
proof that you still don't even have to be super zen. Because this one over here, eating watermelon looking stupid, Mr. Zen over here. And Mario came out and sang circles around this dude.
He ain't Zenny.
Yes, sir. He claims he's Mr. Peace, Mr. Chill, Mr. Don't get upset over anything that his baby mama do. You know, he's Mr. Chill.
Oh, because he's like, he ain't drugs and alcohol free.
Yeah, he's free. That's what he claimed. Don't come at me. I'm
Free
lying.
the
I don't know.
people.
This nigga ate out of
Well,
watermelon.
real quick.
He brought watermelon.
He brought it to eat it.
Yo, he brought the culture back 50 years. bro.
Thank you. Because why do we need to do that?
But no, what I was saying earlier is I think was
Oh,
he
shit,
using
is
it
that
as an
watermelon?
innuendo?
Yo, he was eating.
But it
was,
didn't
But was
even
he
look
eating
good.
it like that's
Yo,
Yes, he was.
I thought the
It
watermelon
was
had
cringy.
He looked for the watermelons.
Don't laugh, Panda. It was
I
cringy.
have to laugh because it's
It was so cringy.
He did.
I don't
was
wanna
nasty.
discuss
I couldn't
that
even look
anymore.
at the screen.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
maybe we can talk about the
Thank
next
you.
topic.
Yep, let's get on with
All
it.
right, so the next topic was also sent to us by a listener.
Yes.
And if you are watching this show, which I hope that you do get to watch this show, that you'll see that, this is...
We always talk about for a woman to become a wife, she has to be a wife first. She has to carry herself like a wife. You have to have those wifely qualities so he can make you one. But we never talk about men having husbandly qualities first. Are you a husband right now, bruh? Do you carry yourself like a husband? Because to me, it don't seem like it. You spreading yourself thin through the community. And listen, you got community that's opposite of husband. You're not a leader. You're not financially where you want to be. You don't have a sense of direction for your life and how a wife would fit in that. You're not carrying yourself like a husband. The biggest green flag any man can show you is when he comes to the date with a husband mentality, with a husband skill set, with a husband heart. Men are acting like husbands first. Y'all keep telling it.
Period.
These modern women ain't wives no more. Are you a husband? Are you acting like a husband in order to attract those wives you hoping to find?
Period.
We always talk about.
So, do modern men carry themselves like husbands? Let's talk.
But it goes deeper. The second part is the double standard.
But
Oh, yeah.
you already know that that's how it goes.
But that's what he was talking about, though.
Right, I
Both-
get
both
that.
of them.
Both people are like, everyone's looking at the woman like, oh, they're not the same. They're not cooking and cleaning and they're drinking like men. But these men also
Are they acting like
Wearing
husbands?
hoochie daddy shorts.
Are they acting
I'm
like
okay
husbands?
with them wearing a hoochie daddy shorts
I'm
if
at
they got
go
them
deep.
legs.
It's a gender role reversal.
Listen.
The gender roles are definitely reversing.
But no, let's go back to the real question.
Yes,
See, yeah, but
the
I
real
want to
question.
address the gender roles too. But let's.
We
go
will,
back to
but
the
that
real
will be after. But do modern men carry themselves like
No.
husbands?
No. They
What?
just want what they
What?
want.
Tell me what a modern man is.
That's where I want to start. What's a modern man? I guess the
Because-
men that have adapted to 2022. Is that what you're in? No, we're in 2023.
But what is it?
We are in 2022.
Whatever.
Wow.
But what is it?
Wow.
I asked the question because I
What was
know
that?
men
I don't know.
that absolutely behave with husband quality. First of all, what is husband quality? Right? Isn't that a personal preference?
Yep.
Yes.
Doesn't that?
I think that is a personal
Yep.
preference.
You know what I'm saying? So.
It is.
Yeah, you would have to first define what husband quality is. But if we're just talking about like someone with integrity, right? Because that should be on everybody's list. If we're talking about someone that is masculine by the Webster Dictionary definition, if we're talking about someone that, you know, has like a protection, projects protection, like
An aura
family
of
protect. Thank you.
Yeah.
It has an aura of protection.
Thank you,
which-
Javi. We appreciate you.
which is on my list.
Yep. Should be on
You know,
everyone's.
those things.
Mhm.
I know guys that have that. You know, like personally, I know many men that have that.
So don't
Are
forget
they
to send them our
Martin
way. Just saying
Are they
that.
single because big cat?
Jeez.
Um,
I'm just saying.
are they modern men? I don't know what you mean when you say modern men.
I don't either.
Because
But let's
I
just
realize
take
I've
out the
been out
word
of school
modern.
for
Let's
2
just say
decades.
men. Let's just say men.
The men of 2022. Do you
Who
feel
are they,
like
though?
the ones that are existing right now?
What's
Fatima is
available
raising
for
her
us
hand.
single
So I have a commenter that says the men who wants to be chased and pursued are the modern men to me.
The men who
Want
can you
to
tell
be
us who said
chased
that?
And pursued.
Rhea Fisher.
Rhea Fisher, in from Trinidad. Thank you, darling. Welcome to our live. She says that the modern men are the men that want to be chased and what else?
Pursued.
And pursued. Is that what today's modern men are? From my
Trash.
experience, that is today's modern man.
It's tired.
And from your experience, is that today's
They're
modern
just
man?
tired.
Now explain tired. So obviously, if they're tired, they can't be husbands. Husbands can be tired, but they still have to get up and do.
You know, I'm not even gonna talk about it because I get attacked.
You're a
even
husband.
Even when I say, you know, he
Yo,
can't have
damn.
titties, so
No
I'm gonna be
comment.
quiet.
You're a
I'm gonna be
husband,
quiet.
Javi.
Yeah.
What are husband? What is a
Do you
mo-
feel
you're a
like
modern
these men out here have husband qualities?
I'm sure
Looking
you
for
have,
wife qualities?
I'm
Are
sure
they
you
bringing
have
it to the table?
I'm gonna
some
be honest.
friends
I'm gonna be honest
or
with
no
you.
men.
A lot of my friends who aren't married now,
Mm-hmm.
males, there's a reason.
What's the reason?
I mean, y'all talk about it every week.
Okay, so it's mental health
It's all,
and
all types of
the
shit.
traumas.
It's just,
and
some
things
people are just dickheads, bro.
and
I've
people are
learned
just dickheads.
A
Yeah.
lot of men in particular, and this ain't, I'm not a man basher, you know, I back up my dude.
Right, I'm not a man
Every
basher
week,
either. Honestly, I would like to have
I'm
more
gonna
men
be
on the
real with
show to respond so that we can have more understanding.
No, because it gets
of-
frustrated. Because a
men.
lot of my single male friends ask me similar questions, or I could tell they're frustrated. Or I could tell like, yo, you're aggravated. You need to get laid, bro. You need some ass, but you can't because you're a piece of shit. And nobody wants to talk to you. But then they end up blaming women for that, and those are the ones that listen to Kevin Samuels and all this other shit.
Ah.
And it's a vicious cycle.
Rest
It's
in
like,
peace.
and they just talking to each other, and I'm like, yo, bro. They're like, oh, you don't understand. You got a wife. I'm like, nigga, that shit's work, bro. You understand? Like,
It's a lot.
And that's
bro, you
that's
know,
what they're not
that's
trying to
what
put in.
Listen, yo, people. I'm happy where I'm at. I'm good.
Yeah, we know that. We know
Exactly,
that.
and
We're
that's why
asking
they
about
should be
you as a
listening
male.
to you
It's
because you are a happily married man.
True.
So they should listen to the advice you're giving them because that is what the goal is for
Yeah.
them to be is a happily married man. So
No,
that
they-
is
they
where
just
they
be
should
talking.
be seeking
Nah, that
the
shit's
advice.
whack.
But
They
this is
just
what
be
I learned.
talking.
This is one lesson I learned, and I'll equate this because people that listen to you, a lot of the women that listen to you are entrepreneurs, right? They're trying to do their own thing. When you start a business, it's like a marriage, right? And the biggest part of that is that you got to sacrifice. You're up late. You're up early. You're tired. You got no money. Whatever, right? But you still do it. And you still fight and you still focus on that business, right? What people don't do is that when you're in a relationship, it's the same shit.
Yep.
It's hard.
Yep.
But it's easier for us to give up on a nigga or a chick than it is on other shit. For some reason. Sometimes.
So, I think this is just my personal opinion
Yeah,
about
sorry.
it. I feel like the reason why people don't put as much into their relationships or marriages because one, they fail to realize that a marriage is a business. You
Yeah.
have to get a certificate
Facts.
for it.
Yeah.
You have to get a license and do all that documentation. And now Uncle Sam is in your business. It is a business. Your marriage is a business because you're looking at this person, or should be looking at this person like, how is this person going to elevate me next in life? Because that's what your business does.
How are we gonna
It
elevate each
elevates
other?
you. So you're elevating. You're looking at their qualities on how they're going to advance me in life, and you're looking at vice versa. You both are looking at each other's positive qualities. That's going to take you to the next level, right? Women, when we're born, we're taught to find the man that has money because he's going to take care of you financially and take you to that next level.
Yeah.
Whatever that may be. That's what we're taught in the beginning, and then through life we grow and figure out what we want for ourselves and our partners, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna be here.
Yeah, I get that, and I think the business, that's another part that's hard too. So let me take the blame away from individuals and say this, right? Marriage is 100% a business,
It is a business.
right? Like, and it's also a partnership, which is obvious.
Because in a business,
Yeah.
you have partners and you have to work together.
Exactly.
There's a lot of communication.
Yeah.
There is work.
Yeah.
And when you have your business, every day you intentionally
Yeah.
know what your goals are. You have your financial goals because you have a fiscal report
Yep.
to do. So again,
Yeah.
it's all a business. You have to wake up and be intentional in that relationship.
Intention.
If you want it to work,
Yes.
you have
Yeah.
to intent. Just like you hate
But
your
not
job.
just intent.
Not
You
just
gotta
intent.
do.
You gotta do the
gotta
work.
do.
You
No,
have
but-
to
no,
have
but
the intent and
because
follow
of the
up.
action.
You have to follow up with the work.
Can we talk about attention real quick?
Yes, let's
so
talk
intention,
about it.
because I know we talk about intention a lot, right? And intention, yes, intent means you intend to do something you might not do. But intention also means that while you're doing something, you're doing it with intentionality, which means you're not half-stepping the shit you're doing.
Yeah.
You're still remembering
This
it.
shit I half-step on because it ain't making me nothing. It's not doing nothing for me. But when it comes to my wife, like, I'm not gonna walk around with a $120 pair of sneakers and my wife walk around barefooted with dirty heels. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Like, that's not gonna
right,
happen. Like, even
right.
though my wife can definitely make her own money. It's just I'm just, as a man, I understand there's some double standards that I'm cool with. I as a man, I get that. But also, because I do certain things for my wife, right? My wife is gonna cook for me some. You know what I'm saying? My wife's gonna take care of me. You know, if I'm sick,
Because
she
you
gonna
guys
rub
are
my
a
back.
team.
Exactly. Because
Right.
it's not about like you need to do this as a woman. You need to do this.
Right,
as a
you
man.
need to do this
Step
as
the
a
fuck up and
person
do
in
what
a
you gotta
marriage.
do.
The
Period.
shit needs
Yeah.
to get done. So
Period.
somebody needs to do it. We have
Another
Tima,
comment.
a comment.
Tachi.
Yes, Tashi in Barbados. Hey,
Hobby is
Tashi.
happily married, which is wonderful. I don't like work, so hence the business ain't for me.
Ah!
She said I ain't trying to put
Listen,
it on
she
that.
said,
I do not desire to work, darling.
she said, yes, I was about to say that I do not
I do
desire
not desire
to
to
work,
work.
I
darling.
like people
I
who
am
know themselves and
You
are
have
honest
to.
with themselves. But
And
see,
at
a lot of
least-
the problem is they'll present themselves as something else.
Yes.
And then knowing deep down that they
That's
don't
not
want to
them.
put in the work.
So that's funny that
You
you
know?
said that because Kim says he's happily married because it's what he wants, and your want drives you to do your best.
There
Thank
it is. Exactly
you.
what I was
Which
just
Kim?
saying.
I need you to be
Yeah.
specific.
Kim
Your
K.
sister.
My
Kim
sister.
K.
Oh,
She
hi,
pretty
my
much is a
brother's
Kim K.
wife. So yeah, there's that. So the men who are not listening to you, Hobby, they need to, because you're obviously.
I mean, if
in a
they're
good
serious
place.
about what they
Right, if
actually
they're serious
want,
and that's
they're
what
playing.
they want.
No, don't
They're
listen to me.
playing.
No, yo, be as shitty as possible because that lowers the bar for me, and I look fucking great.
Wow.
Yo,
To
that
my
is
baby
ridiculous.
boy.
That is ridiculous.
To my
Keep
baby
singing
boy.
off key.
To my
Y'all
baby
are
boy.
ridiculous.
Oh, you
All
sing.
right. Do we have any more feedback in regards to said topic, or would you like to go on to the next one?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
What are we doing?
Let's
We're
do
moving
it.
on, or
Let's
we're
do it.
moving on? All
Moving
right.
on. We moving
Our
on.
next topic, which is taking our world over, our country right now. Roe versus Wade. It flares up a lot of emotions, but it is history in the making in this moment. There's a lot of it. There's a lot of emotions. There's a lot of feelings and opinions behind it, and I'm open to all suggestions and feedback with no judgment. Everybody is entitled to their honest opinions about how they feel about it. There is a guest who wanted to be here today, but she had a workout class to be in, and she asked me to voice her opinion in regards to the Roe versus Wade topic. She isn't here today, but she'll watch. She's a wonderful watcher. Thank you. I don't want to say her name because I don't know if she wants me to say who she is. So we'll just leave her anonymous because she's not on the show today. If she was on the show, then we would just say we'd introduce
Exactly.
her.
Let's keep going. So what she said.
So, her take on the Roe versus Wade is that this is not a black woman's issue. She
What do you mean by that?
And when that is the first thing I said, well, what do you mean by this is not a black woman's issue? She said, I'm going to explain to you when they want us, the government will never stop a black woman from killing her baby.
Say that one more time for the people who aren't listening.
She said that the government will never stop a black woman from killing her baby or putting herself at risk to lose her life.
Okay.
So as we are walking in, I'm thinking, I'm like, you know what? You're right, because when the laws were made for the white man. Black people had no rights when the laws were made, right?
Okay. Yep.
Right or wrong? Right. There was none of the laws that were made for us, and we as black people know that the laws weren't made for us, and this is why things are the way that they are in present day. Okay. So that was like an oh my goodness moment for me, because I never thought of that. I never thought of that perspective. In my head, it was just like, this is absolutely wrong, and this
is
that,
outrageous.
It's outrageous, right?
That and make
Once
that
things
decision
hit the
for
media,
us.
we all go in an uproar before we stop and actually think and process what's actually happening and what's actually going on. And I'm not here to persuade anyone's opinions on what you feel and how you think. My show is specifically directed to get different perspectives on things that are happening in our world today, yesterday, and tomorrow, because the world that we're in right now, we're leaving it for generations coming up. These badass kids that's coming up, this is their world that they're going to be in. This Roe versus Wade is going to be in their history books. If not next year, could be tomorrow. Who knows? We don't write the books. You know what I mean? So there's that.
So that was your friend's thoughts. What's your thoughts?
So my thoughts, I was like, oh my goodness, I hate it. I don't think it's cool. Like, how can the government tell us what to do with our bodies? This is our decision. It doesn't only affect women. It affects men as well, because women give birth to men. And, you know, if there's women out here who get raped or whatever the situation may be, there's going to be more traumatic children out here. We're trying to break generational curses, and here we are now adding to the generational curses of children that are going to be left neglected. They're going to feel all those feelings that they feel when they don't have a parent. You know what I mean? Or a caretaker.
That actually wanted
a caretaker
them
that
too.
wants them to give them that love that they need. So that's where my mindset was at with that. I'm just like, this is horrible. How can they do this to our country? Like, that's where I sit with it. And then, you know, having that conversation, I was just a whole light bulb, and I'm just like, ding dong, you know, in my moment. I had it. Yeah, that's how my light bulb sounded. My light bulb
made sense to you.
It made a lot of sense. A lot of sense. And then, you know, Big Brother's always listening, and I want to get you guys' opinions on this before I play the video that, because you know when you're talking, you have the conversation, all of a sudden all these ads and videos come up on Facebook and Instagram.
Don't talk about
you can't have a
don't talk
conversation.
about
Everything
anything
comes up on the
particular.
socials. So you guys give me your feedback on this, and then I'm going to bring up the video that discusses this.
But, so I just have a question before I give my opinion. Do you still think it's wrong?
Oh yes, I still do
Okay.
think it's wrong. Absolutely.
Okay. But the information that was
Right.
the
it was
conversation
it was a new perspective.
opened up. Okay.
Yes.
I still think I believe that it's a terrible decision. It's not fair. It's taking away what America claims to be. Like,
All about.
exactly. have these laws that people, demand to have. Like, I demand to have all of this, and then this is like a total 180. You could just take away a right to do something that is about me.
Right.
It's about me. I have to endure however much because you're saying that I can't stop this. Like, I can't, prevent this from happening. And I use the word prevention because, like you said, you don't always conceive consensually.
Right.
So yeah, I think it's crappy. It's really crappy.
I think it's great. It's her body, her choice. Period. Don't force somebody to have a baby. Now, I'm gonna stop there because y'all know I can say some controversial shit just to say some controversial shit. So I ain't gonna say it today because it's gonna be good. So my baby's born.
I wasn't surprised, which is funny because I didn't even know
We might need you over here, sweetheart.
I wasn't surprised, which is funny because I didn't even know the whole thing was happening. I just know one day I was at work.
Yep.
Somebody called me.
And all of a sudden.
At work. Like, oh, do you cover the travel costs if I live in a state where abortion is illegal? Does my insurance cover the travel costs?
People asking those questions now.
Yeah. And I'm like, no, of course not.
P.S. By the way, certain jobs have approved that they will pay for someone to go to a different state.
Pete,
yep.
A week later, there was a mass email that went out to the company like, oh, we now cover
oh my
all
God,
travel expenses if someone lives in a state where abortion is illegal. And then literally 3 days later, the Roe versus Wade thing was overturned, and now it's like, but also it's per state now. So like, if you live in one of those like those red states, that's where you're gonna probably have the most problems. It's up to each state to determine whether they want it to be legal or illegal.
That was the other perspective that I was informed about as well. That it's not that they're saying you can't have the abortion. They're saying that we are going to have no say in these states.
And each state is going to make
deciding
their own
on what they want to do.
Yep.
So that was the other perspective.
They lying.
Look, I'm
giving
just
us more information.
I'm just
ready
throwing
to listen.
out the different perspectives. I'm here for talk. I'm ready to hear your side, Holly.
All right, so I'll just say, this is my wheelhouse. I study political science.
Yep.
And me and them, I'm among a group of people who've been saying this is gonna happen for years, right? Like, this is something that that if you were really paying attention, I don't knock people for not knowing this was gonna happen. I mean, when I say paying attention, like being a nerd in this shit, watching CNN, and all this shit every day,
and keeping up with it. Yep.
So it's not a surprise to me,
yes,
right? To a lot of people.
Yes.
Part of that is because these people were legit lying, and it was at this point it's obvious that they're lying. The justices that Trump appointed, many of the conservative justices,
I said
they
that
were
the other day
during confirmations, would you overturn Roe v. Wade? And they would say,
said
no,
no,
we do not believe that you should overturn existing precedent, which decisions made by the Supreme Court we stay away from. Them niggas was like, psych!
As soon as they got in.
As soon as they got in. So the fact that they're saying like, no, it's cool, you can still get your abortions if it's between the mom and the dad, but no, this is some Christian shit, right?
Yeah.
And the most extreme voices are saying, no, fuck abortion, period. No abortion, no condoms, no Plan B, no nothing.
Yeah.
Be prepared.
They were restricting Plan
fucking
B
have
too.
babies. That's pretty much what they're trying to tell you. So
yes,
this is why
no
I'm so concerned about it.
Right. With
No, you want some formula? Now fuck that. Pray. Right?
Breastfeed.
Right? Breastfeed. Whatever.
With COVID still running rampant.
Forget if you have postpartum and can't produce milk.
That's what I'm trying to say.
You'll figure it out.
This is what I'm saying.
Forget about the fact that we still don't have water in Flint, Michigan, which is in America.
Cause fuck them kids. It was
But
already
fuck
born.
them kids. They don't need
They
clean
born.
water for the infamil that we don't have.
My baby's born.
Like none of this shit makes sense at all. Meanwhile, gas prices are on the rise.
All
So
these
you're not
things
even
are
going to be able to take your
enforcement.
child to daycare
Just
that you're not
nothing.
going to be able to afford because
All
nobody
of
wants to
it.
go back to work and we're about to
Don't
hit a
worry,
recession.
they're gonna put your kids in prison anyway.
That part.
Or shoot them in the street,
Or shoot them
in their back.
or in their house while they're sleeping, Or
So there's all of that. Let's bring it back circle to Roe versus
That was
Wade.
optimistic.
Let's go back to Roe versus Wade. Do we have any feedback from our watchers, Fatima? Do we have any feedback from our watchers? No feedback as of this
All right,
moment.
that's
Let's keep
that.
going.
I'm over it. I don't like people making decisions for me, obviously.
Yeah, don't
and
make
we
it.
live in a place where they do, but it just,
Unfortunately.
you know.
Sachi says all sorts of gray areas. A man has no right to tell me what to do with my uterus.
That's point blank, period.
That part as well. However, there's also
anybody.
women.
Do we think? Okay, wait. Here's my question.
All men on the panel that
No, there
Right,
were.
right.
There
Nobody
was-
has the
there
right
was
to
those
know
that
that.
one or
Man,
two or
woman,
three. You also
mother.
have to keep in mind that there are women that are in religions that believe.
Oh yeah, you seen her get up there and praise Trump for making this happen to
Right.
make sure that they can keep their babies alive till
Now
their
that
baby's
everyone
born.
has gotten their voices out, let's start the video.
Planned Parenthood offices, and you don't understand the wall that we're going to build on the southern border of the United States. You haven't read the book The Birth Dearth by Ben Wattenberg. Ben Wattenberg was a brilliant Jewish man who was a member of the American Enterprise Institute, and he wrote a book, the first paragraph of which says, "The main problem confronting the United States today is there aren't enough white babies being born in this country." He was an advisor to presidents of the United States. He wrote the book in 1987. He says if we don't change this and change it rapidly, white people will lose their numerical majority in this country, and this will no longer be a white man's land. Now, I'm not misrepresenting this. I'm telling you almost exactly what he says. He says there are three things we can do to solve this. Number one, we could pay women to have babies, as they have been doing in Western European nations for years. Then he says, and these are his words, not mine, unfortunately, we would have to pay women of all colors to have babies, so we don't want to do that. He says the second thing we could do is increase the number of legal immigrants that are allowed into this country every year. Then once again he says, unfortunately, the vast majority of those trying to come to this country today are people of color, so we don't want to do that. The third thing he says, and white men and women had better pay attention to this, 60% of the fetuses that are aborted every year are white. If we could keep that 60% alive, that would solve our birth dearth. Does that sound like racism to you? If you don't
Wow. So 60% of them are killing their children, and this is why they overturned Roe V. Wade, because they want to make sure they keep the white race alive. Essentially.
Essentially.
That's
So
what we're
again,
saying. As the theory.
that is the theory. So again, I am not here to persuade anyone.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. I am
You
not
can't get
here
no more
to
videos.
persuade
Turn off.
anyone's opinion. You are absolutely entitled to still think for yourself. I'm just here to educate the
I'm
masses.
over it, just like this
We're
topic
all
to
over
me.
it.
I'm
Yeah.
over it, just like the Will Smith slap. I just feel like
Wait,
it's
are
gonna
people
get
still talking
drawn
about that?
on. Yeah, just like the Michael B. and Homegirl. They're just gonna draw it out.
Everything's drawn out. Everything is in the moment. Next week it'll be something else that's popping, and that's what everyone will be talking about, and this will be forgotten.
Pandagasms is gonna be popping next week.
Pandagasms definitely will be popping next week, and because this video will be out to tell you all the shenanigans that happened for my birthday, because it's my birthday! So, before we close out the show, I want to
Till
have
my baby's born.
I want to have a quick thank you moment to all of our listeners. Thank you for sending in whatever you send into my inboxes, because we want you to know we are listening. We are here to provide the feedback that you're looking for, to talk about the stuff that we talk about, because obviously you like how we talk about it, because our hashtag is Let's Talk. So keep sending in the different topics. If we've talked about it before, depending on how close we've talked about it, we may or may not discuss it. However, send in the topics.
Send
we love
it.
y'all. Thank you for listening. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend that we are talking, because that's what we like to do.
Till
We
my
like-
baby's born.
She's mad Aggie. She's mad Aggie.
Till
And
my
then
baby's born.
just keep telling your friends to tell their friends to tell their families to tune in to Pandagasms. We are on all the platforms. Tell a friend that we like to talk. And wish me a happy birthday, you guys.
Hey, yo, T, who's
Peace
your
out.
boy?